Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 19 of chapter 17. Mudha grahenatmano yat
Mudha-grahenatmano yat
pidaya kriyate tapaha
Pedaya kriyate tapaha
arasyotsadanartham va
Parasyotadhanartham va
tattamasamudahritam.
Tattamasamudahritam.
Word for word meaning, translation, and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mudha,
Mudha,
foolish.
foolish.
Grahena,
Grahena,
with endeavor.
with endeavor.
Atmanaha,
Atmanaha,
one's own self.
one's own self.
Yat,
Yat,
which.
which.
Pidaya,
Pedaya,
torture.
torture.
Kriyate,
Kriyate,
is performed.
which one is that?
Kriyate is performed.
Kriyate is performed.
Tapaha,
Tapaha,
penance.
penance.
Parasya,
Parasya,
to others.
to others.
Utsadana artham,
Uttadana artham,
for the sake of causing annihilation.
for the sake of causing annihilation.
Va,
Va,
or
or
tat,
tat,
that,
tamasam,
in the mode of darkness.
in the mode of darkness.
Ahritam,
Ahritam,
is said to be.
is said to be.
Translation: penance performed out of foolishness,
Penance performed out of foolishness,
self-torture,
self-torture,
or to destroy or injure others,
or to destroy or injure others,
said to be in the mode of ignorance.
said to be in the mode of ignorance.
Prabhupada writes, there are instances of foolish penance undertaken by demons like Hiranyakashipu, who performed austere penances to become immortal and kill the demigods. He prayed to Brahma for such things, but ultimately he was killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To undergo penances for something which is impossible is certainly in the mode of ignorance. When you want to do something that is against Shastra, then such penances are called to be under the influence of Tamoguna. Mudha grahenat refers to people with confused notions or ideas who, in the name of austerity, heedlessly torture themselves or even injure others without any respect for the teachings of the scriptures or the limits of the body. Such austerities accomplish nothing positive. They are performed in bodily consciousness and only serve to propagate the grossness of the personality. So the Lord is talking about penances under the influence of the three gunas. So this is what penances looks like under the influence of Tamogun. His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu writes, true austerity is supplicative, not manipulative. Supplicative means to be submissive. Manipulative means to manipulate the situation for your own benefit. Gita wisdom frequently surprises us by taking us beyond surface to the substance of things. Few things illustrate this as graphically as the Bhagavad Gita 17.19 declaration that an activity which seems so obviously religious, austerity, can be in the mode of ignorance, meaning thereby that it is far removed from real spirituality. So externally, when you see someone performing a great deal of austerity, you think They must be very, very pious. They must be really strong. They must be close to God. But only the Lord understands what is the intent and mood behind their tapas. Why would austerity be called ignorant? Because what makes a thing spiritual is not just the action, but also the motivation. When austerity is performed without understanding its purpose and meant only to hurt oneself, or worse still, to hurt others, then it perpetuates and even aggravates our spiritual blindness. So performing this kind of severe austerity actually makes you even more blind spiritually. Actually, this kind of severe austerity, it is said, makes your heart very hard. So you become very hard-hearted with this kind of severe austerity. True austerity is meant to purify and rectify us, and to seek the grace of Krishna for gaining the inner strength required for this project of individual reform. So remember, we read austerity is performed to manage oneself. Yajna is performed to give our thanks and gratitude to other jivatmas. Charity is performed to thank and recognize that we are interdependent in this universe. And yajna is performed to express our gratitude to the demigods. But at the same time, we must remember that austerity should not be too severe. Only whatever austerity is recommended in the Shastras, like for example, today we are observing Ekadashi. So this kind of austerity actually purifies us. It gives us the inner strength to also reform ourselves. Such austerity is essentially supplicative. Though doing any form of austerity requires willpower, the focus of devotional austerity is not on exhibiting or expanding our own willpower, but on strengthening our connection with Krishna by closing ourselves to distracting forms of worldly engagements and enjoyments, and thereby opening ourselves to begging and receiving His grace. So yes, some amount of willpower is required to observe austerities. But ultimately, we are trying to get closer to Krishna. The end goal of this deepened relationship with Krishna is to become even more devoted to Him, to return to His world of love, and to delight forever in our natural and eternal position as His beloved servitor. Austerity in the mode of ignorance, however, is not supplicative but manipulative. Those doing such austerities are driven by the desire to fulfill their own ulterior motives by any means possible, including accessing any higher power that may exist. They see austerity as a means to manipulate that higher power to fulfill their agenda. As their interests are no higher than the interests of people ignorant of life's higher realities, Gita wisdom guides us to see beyond their religious pretentiousness. So it is not helpful to us spiritually when we undertake austerity that is so severe that it harms our body. And by performing that austerity, you also get so much power, and you use that power to ultimately harm others. So that kind of austerity, Krishna is saying, is actually done in the mode of ignorance.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.